Everyday.
Stravete.
And welcome back to our little Bulgarian adventure.
This week's been a tale of two halves. We had a lovely start to the week, weather-wise.
Yeah, sunny and lovely. We got outside and we did bits and pieces. And then Tuesday...
Oh, did we have rain?
Yeah, the weather turned. And we did have a dreadful rain.
Yes, coincided with when I had to put the dogs away. I was soaked.
You did look like you'd had some sort of outdoor shower.
It felt like it. But the good news is, with all that really, really heavy rain, not a single leak round the chimney where I did those repairs.
Yes, that was the good news.
Yeah.
Bad news.
We had a leak at the bottom end, but that's okay. I haven't done that roof yet.
He hasn't patched that one, so that's your next job, isn't it?
Well, one of them.
But we haven't, ever since Adam repaired the roof, we haven't had any heavy rain.
So we couldn't see if it had worked or not,
So
but
we weren't sure.
we now know it has.
So,
It's
yeah.
only temporary, but it'll do for now.
We did have quite a busy week apart from that, didn't we? Lots of change, it seemed.
Yes, we finally got out and ordered our furniture. Incredible service we got. We ordered it Saturday afternoon online. They phoned us within an hour to confirm the order. Then the warehouse phoned us within another hour to confirm that order. Then the next morning we got a text from the driver saying he'd be with us on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Sure enough, he was with us on Tuesday.
Yes, luckily, because we were forecast rain all day Tuesday,
Yes.
but we didn't actually get any rain till about 4 or 5 o'clock. So Adam was then panicking that the furniture was going to arrive in the downpours that we were expecting. But no, everything went swimmingly on Tuesday.
And we had another delivery following our, they say pride comes before a fall. Following our tales of repairing the PC, I was coding last week's video and it just stopped working.
Yes.
The new computer, or the replacement computer. And it had been Max's. I said to Max, do you know what's going on? He does that, Dad.
Yeah, it overheats somewhere and it just shuts down for a couple of hours.
You have to just let it warm, let it cool down, it will start again. Well, it didn't. So after a bit of panicking and sorting out, we got last week's video up, but thought we can't mess about like this every week. So we ordered a new computer.
Yeah, we did. We were thinking. I mean, all our tech is quite out of date.
Yeah.
So we were thinking, we do use it a lot.
So I ordered that on, I think, Friday afternoon, and that arrived on Tuesday.
Yeah. So you seem to have you spent a lot of time transferring systems and data.
Stuff backwards and forwards, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
But thanks, Mum. The contribution was very appreciated.
Yes. It was. Thank you, Mavis.
Yeah, so that was our busy Tuesday, but we have done other stuff. We have continued with the spare room, which we'll come on to after the video, but this is what we've done in there so far. We're now at the stage where we're finishing off just the final details of the room. Around the floor edge here, between the wall and the tiles, we have this gap. Now, my first job is going to be to fill that so that it's level with the top of the tiles. The plan is, rather than having skirting board in here, we're just going to paint that to match the wall so it blends in. The reason we're not doing skirting board is because, as you can imagine, none of these walls are straight, and getting skirting board to fit against the wall properly is a very difficult thing to do. So we're not even going to attempt that. We'll see what it looks like. At a later date, if we decide we want skirting board, we can add it. But for now, we're just going to fill these gaps and then paint them. That's the gap between the tiles and the wall field. We now have to let it set up properly before we paint it. It'll be painted white so it blends in with the wall, and hopefully it should look properly finished. I'll move on to the next job now. Another small job we've decided to do is move the washing machine from this end of the room to the other corner behind me. Still the side with the pipes, obviously for drainage and water supply. It's going in this corner. We've already got a pipe sticking out that I can attach for the water inlet, and I just move the drainage point along the grey pipe so that it's right next to it. That way we've got all the plumbing done and we're ready to move on. And that's the washing machine, plumbing moved up to this end of the room, fully installed, and we're using it. And at this end of the room, I've relayed the waste pipes so they're closer to the wall. I've got an area now where I have to fill with a bit of tile, just to finish the floor off really. Just when I thought I'd finished tiling, I've got another little bit to do, but that's okay. We're just doing these finishing touches before we build the little cupboards and alcoves that are going along this wall. Another finishing off job that needs to be done is the area above the door here. Now, I'm assuming there used to be a panel here, but obviously there isn't now. So I'm going to cut a piece of plasterboard for the right size, attach it through those oak beams you can see at the top there, and then plaster over the screw holes around the edges just to finish it off before we paint it. I'm up in the loft space above our bedroom. This is where we keep the materials I've used on other projects. Bits of plastic, bits of coving and bits of plasterboard. Now I need some plasterboard to go above the door in the spare room, so I'll dig through my stock and see if I can find some. I've got the hat and this on. This keeps out dust from falling down my shirt. This makes it so it doesn't hurt so much when I bang my head on the beams, which I do a lot. That's the piece of plasterboard now screwed into place. You can see the difficulty we had getting it in. There's a few extra holes there. That's not a problem, we can fill those as we're filling around the edges. So once that's filled and dried, we can sand it and paint it. That's the board in place. It needs a little bit of sanding and then painting. There's filling to do around the door frame, but that's with an acrylic filler with a bit of movement in it to absorb any movement and not crack straight away. We've got some finishing off touches to do in here. We've got, I think, by this time next week, we should have a completed spare bedroom. So we'll bring you up to date then. So we think with one last big effort this week, we should have the room finished. Now, the sofa bed is already here, you'll see that next week, and it's already been used.
Yes, we had visitors on Tuesday evening.
Yes, Ivan and Teresa and Dexter came to stay on their way home from working down in the south of Bulgaria. We had a lovely dinner, a lovely evening, and we're told the bed is firm but comfortable. So that'll do us.
Yes, it did all look quite well.
Yeah.
We were going to put a Murphy bed in there, but we decided in the end we'd make, if we had the sofa, it would make another room to sit in as well.
Yeah,
so.
and look out the window into the woodlands and read and contemplate and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That we don't do.
And also, it was just trying to source straight wood to make the Murphy bed.
Yeah, a more practical reason, yes.
Yeah, much more practical reason, because we hadn't done it earlier when we were intending to in January,
No.
with the car going wrong and everything. By the time we got the wood and it dried out properly and it had done everything else, we thought,
That's just
we need to get a bed in. We're hoping for visits from family this year, so.
hint, hint.
Yeah, we've now got the bed, it's there,
Yeah.
it's comfortable.
You'll have curtains next week.
Yes, curtains this week, hopefully.
Yeah, so that's been our week really. We've it's been fairly busy at times, been fairly wet at times.
Yes.
But the weather is looking to improve next week, so hopefully we can get outdoor a bit more. Show you more of what's happening in the woodland. The white blossom of the trees this time of year is lovely. But
Yeah, it's all coming out now.
with the rain, I haven't been able to film it for you. But hopefully I can bring you that next week.
Yeah, it doesn't look quite so nice on a grey day, but
No.
when the sun comes out, it's
And the
beautiful.
skies are blue. Oh,
Yeah, it's really lovely.
So I think that's probably it from us for this week.
Yep, so until next week,
Time to say,
stay safe.
be well.
Dos Coro.
Just go.